I'm Flora, and this is the second edition of my gentle stretch for beginners or people living in a tighter body. It's good for sort of the older generation who've never done yoga before. I'm actually initially making these for my dad, who's 73 and needs some help in the hamstrings and back area. So please have a strap with you. It doesn't have to be a yoga strap, it can be a belt, it can be a tie, it can be a scarf, and a couple of blocks if you have them. If you don't, you can use books, lunch boxes, things like that. So we'll start today lying down on our backs. Have your strap handy. And we'll just begin our practice by connecting with our breath. So let the feet fall open as if you're coming into Shavasana. And just take one hand to the lower belly and one hand to the chest. Close down the eyes. And we'll begin to take some deep breaths. Nice and long. Feel the connection of your breath. Really wanting to fill up through the belly, the chest, all the way up to the collarbone. And as we exhale all the air out, this gentle drawing of the navel in towards the spine. And begin to open the eyes. Bend into the right leg. And just see if you can cup the hands at the shin. And try to draw the knee in towards you. So we're not making a compression at the rib cage. We're trying to take the knee outside the rib cage and up towards the right shoulder. So yours may not look like this. It may look more like this. We just want to feel this kind of compression in the hip flexor. So we want to keep all 10 toes pointing up towards the ceiling. So both feet flexed. Back is on the ground, so we're not lifting off the mat. We're using our arm muscles to just bring you deeper into this squeeze, into this compression. And release. Grab hold of your strap or your belt or your tie and just wrap the strap around the ball of the foot. Taking hold of one strap at one end of the strap with each hand, we'll just begin to straighten the leg up towards the ceiling. And you may only get to here, that's fine. We just want to be drawing the toes in towards the face. So we're feeling this stretch down the back of the leg. Walk your hands as far up the strap as they'll go, and then just let the weight of the arms bring you into this deep stretch. Take the breath to the back of the leg. Slowly release, remove the strap. Keep the leg lifted and just cup the hands behind the thigh. Again, it doesn't matter if your leg is bent like this. And begin to just make some circles with the ankles. And in the other direction. Crack. And then set that leg back down. Just take a moment here to notice any difference in sensation between that right leg and the left leg. Maybe the right leg feels a little bit longer, a little bit looser. And we'll switch sides. So bending into the left knee, cup the hands at the shin, and see if you can draw that knee outside the rib cage and in towards the left shoulder, keeping both feet flexed still, using your arm muscles to squeeze the leg in towards you. Keep hold of that nice, steady, long breath. Good, and then release that leg. Grab hold of your strap again and just wrap the strap underneath the ball of the foot. Take hold of each end of the strap with each hand and then straighten the leg up any amount. Doesn't have to be totally straight. Just trying to draw the toes in towards the face, so flexing through the foot. Feeling this deep, juicy stretch in the back of the leg. And again, you can walk your hands up the straps and then just let the weight of the arms draw you deeper into this stretch. Breathe into the back of that leg. And then release the strap, but keep the leg lifted. And just cup the hands behind the thigh. And let's just make those ankle circles a few times in one direction. And then change direction. Good. And then release that leg back down. Another little moment just to notice any difference in sensation from when we began practice. Good. And then bend into both knees, hug the knees into the chest, and then gently roll over onto one side, doesn't matter which side, and then use your hand to push you up, and we'll come into a tabletop position. So fingers nice and spread, joints stacking, so just check your joints are stacking upon each other. And then we will straighten out through the right leg. Toes point down, so the leg is lifted as if you're pushing that sole of the foot into a wall. Engage into the abdominal. And then bring that leg down. Take it over to the other side. So lengthen through the left leg. Flex that left foot. Stay lifted out of the shoulders. And bring the leg back down. And then we'll come up so that we're on our knees. Bring the hands to the hips. And then see if you can just sweep that right foot in front of you. Okay? And then you can use some padding on your knee if your knees are tender. But I want you to walk this right foot forward. As you walk the foot forward, you're going to be getting a little bit more of a stretch in this quad. So we're walking forward, grab your blocks. You can always use a block on either side. Just to come forward enough so you can feel this stretch. It doesn't have to be really deep. Maybe you're still up here, that's fine. Nice long back, and then just breathe here. One final breath. Good. Begin to ease out by straightening the right leg, and then continue to straighten the right leg and flex the right foot. Okay, so now we're getting more into the hamstring again. Have your blocks so that you have a little bit of stability and that you're a little bit higher up. If you don't have blocks, you can always take your hands to your hips and just lean forward slightly. If this right leg isn't completely straight, that's fine. If it's difficult to have it straight, you can have a little bend in it. And then with practice, you'll be able to get that leg straight. Taking a few breaths here. Okay, begin to ease out. Come back to our knees, come up. Take your hands to your hips again, and again, just take that left foot and step it in front of you. Okay? And then just begin to walk this left foot forward. As you walk it forward, you can sink a little bit lower in the hips. If you're up here still, that's fine. We just want to feel a stretch in that back quad. And again, you can have a towel or something underneath your knees if your knees are tender. We also want to keep this bent knee either directly above the ankle joint or a little bit behind it. We never want to have this kind of thing happening because you're not protecting your ankle joint and you're overstretching your knee joint. Keep hold of that steady breath. And then again, we'll ease out, straighten through the left leg, send the hips back slightly, and then flex into the left foot. If it's too much to have your hands on the block so you don't have blocks, you can take your hands to your hips and then start to lean forward. If you need a little bend in that left leg, you're welcome to bend into the left leg. Keep that left foot flexing in towards you and breathe. Good. And then come out. Come to your knees again. And we'll take a little back bend. This is called camel pose. So I want you to take your hands to your lower back, and you can either have the fingers pointing downwards or you can have the fingers pointing upwards. Whatever's more comfortable for you. Start to lean back Doesn't have to be a really deep back bend, but I want you to feel like you're pushing your hips forward as you're leaning back. Take a few breaths here. And come out. Come to sit on your heels and we'll just take a little child's pose. So your knees are together, bringing your forehead down onto the ground. If you need a block or 2 blocks, you can use those. Just bring your arms behind you and breathe here. Good. And slowly come out. Come to sit on your block in a cross-legged position. We'll just take a few neck stretches here. So close down the eyes. Just begin to jut your chin forward slightly and then draw the chin down towards the chest. Breathe here. And then just roll the head over to the right. As you do that, draw your left shoulder down. And bring the head down through center again and then over to the left, drawing that right shoulder down. And bringing the head back up. Bring the hands to heart center and bow down, namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Have a great day.